Joining us now here on the Hill, California Democratic Congressman Brad Sherman. He is a senior member of both the House Foreign Affairs and Financial Services Committees. Congressman, thanks for being back with you. Always nice to speak with you. Let's start with the news out of the Pentagon today. More troops heading to the Middle East. Do you believe that was the right move by the commander-in-chief?
I haven't seen the details. Obviously, the number of troops would be very small. We haven't suffered significant casualties or many casualties in our anti-ISIS operations in Syria and Iraq. And we haven't had another 9/11, which is important and not something you can take for granted. I think that having more naval forces to combat what the Houthi are trying to do in the Red Sea is very important. They've almost closed down the Suez Canal. We can't allow that.
All right. Let me ask you about Vice President Harris. We are told that it is likely that she'll sort of expand upon her economic vision, her economic platform later this week. Do you want her to put more proposals out there?
Always good to get new proposals. Always good to know what a new president is going to be doing. We've seen the Biden and Harris economics for the past, but what Americans are going to be voting for is the future. And the idea of increasing the child tax credit is very important, and it is time to appropriately tax giant corporations who saw their tax slashed under the Trump administration.
So what's missing? If there's going to be more coming from her down the line, at this point in time, Congressman, what's missing? What does she need to address?
If I had her proposal, I wouldn't leak it to you, much as I love you. And if she's going to come up with new proposals,
I'm not asking you to.
Will not be the first.
Yeah, no, I'm not asking you to. I'm not asking you to leak it. I'm just curious because not everything is out there. Sort of what you want to see from her. As you say, proposals and ideas are important.
Number one is a complete rejection of Trump's idea that we should invest our tax dollars in cryptocurrency. Trump came out against cryptocurrency 4 or 5 years ago. Then a few weeks ago, he went down to Nashville. They threw tons of money at him above the table. And of course, crypto is famous for being able to send the money below the table. That's why they call it hidden currency. That's what cryptocurrency means.
Isn't she though is talking about industries of the future?
That our money.
If she supports it, though, would you be disappointed in her?
Fentanyl is the industry of the future in the sense that creative people have come up with ways to get people doped up and to cost their lives. And it's a new thing. And I'm particularly proud that our nation is not on the cutting edge of fentanyl production. We're not on the cutting edge of cocaine production, and we should not be on the cutting edge of cryptocurrency. Keep in mind that the crypto advocates say it's a better payment system. Then the Federal Reserve Board started doing some planning to make the dollar a more effective payment system called the digital dollar. And Republicans passed a law preventing that because they don't want a more effective dollar. What they want is a hidden currency that can only that meets the needs of those who want to cheat on their taxes, those who want to evade our sanctions, and of course, drug dealers.
Congressman, I know you got a heart out here, and we're up against that time right now. Wish I had more time, but we'll leave it there. Congressman Brad Sherman, Democrat from California. Thank you, sir.